So good. Oh, look at your fancy room with the chandelier and the cute little light and the flowers.
It's a hotel, don't worry. It's not my bedroom.
Hey, no judgment. You do you. You've earned a bougie bedroom, my love. How are you?
I'm really good. It's good to speak to you.
It's wonderful to speak to you. Is that a pearl in your ear?
They with a pearl earring, babe, now.
Yes. I grew up in the Philippines and they have the most amazing pearl markets there. And when you go there, it's like IKEA, but they're all pearls.
Oh my gosh. I've never actually loved pearls, but now I've got this, I love it. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there next time I'm there.
Tell them I sent you. You'll get a 10% discount. Who knows? So we are going to pretend that the album is out because this, obviously, as you know, this is in advance. So I've chosen one, two, three songs for us to chat about, and we'll do a little album special. Does that sound okay?
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Wonderful. Well, Kids Again, absolutely glorious. And I love hearing you with that guitar. That is heaven. Talk to me about the sound of this and also, of course, the beautiful message behind it.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what? I love this song so much. I chose to have it at the end of the record because it is for me, it's a final note. I spent the last 2 years, really experimenting musically, stepping into my guilty pleasure zone, which is now there's no more guilt in there anymore. It's just pleasures. And
Amen.
I wrote pop music and I wrote with some of the most amazing pop writers ever. And I danced and I did all these things. And when I came to the end of the writing process, Kids Again happened. And it just felt like this turning into the next chapter. I don't think I'll be writing music as pop driven as I did with this record ever again. And yeah, it's just for me, it's like it just turns you into the next phase. And it's a nostalgic song. It's looking back at life and love and everything.
When you think about the best times of your childhood, the carefree times, or just that image you have that, I think of a particular holiday or my grandma hand feeding me, what do you think of when you think of that, the beauty of being a child?
I think of um oh my gosh, I think of my grandma as well, actually, I'd say. I think of my grandma feeding me peanut butter. She ruined my life when she gave me peanut butter for the first time because I can't stop eating it.
That's a
And
beautiful memory. I love that. Um, so serious, this beautiful self-reflective track. And it's funny because I've met you so many times and I wouldn't, on the surface, you're this kind of really lovely, often you seem carefree,
yeah.
interesting, happy person. But I guess this is much more maybe an honest look at how you feel and how you get frustrated with yourself.
Oh, I'm so happy you picked up on that song. Actually, my sisters don't like this song, which has always made me feel weird about it. But I absolutely love it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's true. I mean, when we've met, it's been, we all have that work mode, don't we? And that kind
Mm.
of mode to go into, and I can do that. I can switch it on sometimes to my detriment, I'd say. Um, but yeah, this song actually on the surface sounds like a really light-hearted pop song, um, but it's really about depression and about sadness and about feeling, asking those questions. Why is it that I can be completely fine one minute and then the next minute that's that's the story of my life, really. It's what I've had to tackle the last few years, is just these highs and lows, how I'm going to make them bearable,
Mm.
because it became unbearable.
And how do you make them bearable? I know a lot of people listening will totally go, yeah, I feel that way. And we all have to learn
Yeah,
tricks to live with it.
live with yourself, right? I mean, it's there is not one answer, and the hardest thing is all the different answers sometimes might not work as well. I
Mm.
mean, the real answer is that there is no answer, and it's going to happen. As a human, I'm always reminded that as human beings, we have to feel anxiety, and we have to feel fear, and all these things, because it's what we'd feel. If we were cavemen, we'd need to feel these things because we need to protect ourselves. So there's an element to all these feelings that you have to actually have. Yeah, I mean, sleep. I always say to myself, if you're ever feeling really, really bad or crap, think of yourself like a baby. And what do babies need? Do you need to go to the toilet? Do you need to sleep? Do you need to eat? Do you need to laugh? Do you need to have a little tickle? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's really basic.
That a little tickle. I love a tickle. I always ask my husband to give me fairy tickles in bed. I'm like, can
Oh,
you just tickle my back?
oh.
But my favorite song on the album, and you played this for us, I guess it was last year now, is a collaboration with my all-time vocal crush, Labyrinth.
Oh.
This song, I mean, your voices and the melody and this idea of letting someone go, and you know it's right and you might not know it, but they might not know it, but you have to for you. It's gotta, that's tough, man. It's putting this into song. How did that happen? Where did that come from? Was it hard to find the words?
I'm so excited hearing you talking about it. It's yeah, writing this song on the day with him was absolutely incredible. Like, I was nearly in tears from just how magical it felt on the day. And lyrically, it really just flowed. And I don't think I actually had an understanding of the lyric fully until we left the room. And I would say he didn't either. It just happened. But when I left the room, it was this. For me, that song is a description of love. And when you leave, or when two people leave, a lot of the time you're going, there's something so wrong with that other person. There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. And then the other person's going, there's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. And you're both kind of doing it, but you both kind of have to do that because you are you, and you're always going to be you. And you can't blame yourself too much. You've got to stand by what you've done and stand by who you are. And that's the painful part of love, I think, is that no matter what relationships, you always end up having to choose yourself because
Amen.
it's the only one that lasts. That love that you're looking for in someone else that you think is going to last forever, it can last for a hell of a long time and you can have a great time, but the only one that really lasts forever is you and you.
Oh, there's this beautiful quote in a book I just read by Glennon Doyle. And she says, if you ever have to choose between disappointing someone else and disappointing yourself, always disappoint someone else. And on the surface, it sounds selfish, but when you think about it, I mean, how true is it?
But it's good, right? We've created such negative connotations with the word selfish. I think we have to be more selfish sometimes. I think that's courage, isn't it? That's where you form courage.
I love it. I love it, darling. Oh, it's always so wonderful to chat to you. And I'm so excited the album's out. I'm so sorry that, the year on so many levels has been disappointing and caused us to change and shift. And you must be so just ready to get this thing out. So well done for your patience, darling.
Thank you so much. You too. I hope you're well.
Stay
safe, babe.
And you. Goodbye, my love.
Bye, God. See you soon.
Bye.